How the ladies be like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So today we're talking about work. Um, I just found out that it's 8,000 hours in a year. It's like I think it's 8,700 hours in a year. Let's look it up to be exact. Hope you, ladies and gentlemen, are having a good day. We're going to talk about work. We're going to talk about Alex Murdoch. We're going to talk about Audrey Elizabeth Hill. We're going to talk about a few things. How many hours in a year? We're going to talk about quitting your job and how it is possible. Also, quitting your job is possible. Shout out to one person in the building, man. How you doing? We're MVP. We're talking about work. We're talking about it's possible to be rich and some other stuff. I got a stat that I'm looking up right now. How many hours are in a year? I know it's 8,000 and something hours. We're gonna find out exactly. Come on, man. 8,766 hours in a year. Shout out to the two people in the building, man. So it's 8,000 hours in a year. And I used to think that it was like a lot more hours in a year, but it's really not that many. We're already going toward the second quarter of the year. I like that because I sound fiscally responsible. So it's not a lot of hours in a year. Shout out to the four people in the building, man. Um, but a lot of people they work their whole entire life, and I always say we start working when we're 18 years old, and then it's like being in the mob. It's like you work it until you die. You're in it until you can't get out. You know, and I just want to show people that it is a better way because you're all so talented. Everyone in the world has a special gift, a special talent. And once we tap into that talent and that gifts, we can turn our passion into profits. So I want to talk about what you ladies and gentlemen want to talk about. I want to talk about the school shooting. It was a female, a white female that did the shooting in Nashville. And I was thinking like she went to the school, but um Nashville is such a nice place. Like it's one of the nicest places with white people that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why would you do a shooting in Nashville? Nashville be chilling. You know, I visited Nashville. I'm like, damn, I didn't live there. But that's kind of weird that a white female lady would do something like that at a school. So six people were killed, three kids, three adults, and there was a female that did it. She was 20. She's 28 years old, and it's very unfortunate. So my thing is the news. I hate the news. I hate the news, man. The news is garbage and trash, because they're always showing things from a European perspective. They're always giving like one side of how things look. You know what I mean? Because as a black man, I experience a lot of racism all the time. But they never like really cover the side where that I'm on, and I don't like that. So why did she go into school? I don't know. 28 years old, a female. I would say that it's weird a that a female is doing something that treacherous. She must have had the right to bear arms, and she used the right or whatever. She bought guns or whatever, or somebody bought them from. More than likely, she bought them herself. more than likely a young white lady. She don't got no felonies and stuff like that. Um, so she had the right to bear arms or whatever, and she carried out the act. A female. That's crazy. Like I think that we are so far moved from, I don't want to say reality, but reality of what life is. You know what I'm saying? You got females doing mass shootings. Like, what's wrong with America? Like, what's wrong? What's going on? You know what I mean? If females are doing mass shootings, then what's next? A kid? You know what I mean? It's like, when does it stop? Like, what is the problem? Like, can the problem be fixed? Can the problem be solved? That's a good question. Can the problem be fixed and can the problem be solved? Uh, I don't know. Because the country was built upon um scandalous stuff, you know? And oh man, I don't know. I don't know. So that's that's the lady, right? So then I was thinking about, because they was like, in order to get popping on YouTube or to get popping in the world, you got to kind of talk about like current and trending topics, like stuff that's going on in the news. Which I don't really want to talk about what's going on in the news. I want to talk about people, you know, getting their life together and getting their money on track and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I want to talk about some real stuff, some news you can use. You know what I'm saying? So we have the Alex Murdaugh case, right? So why did this guy kill his son and his wife? So I was listening and I heard that he was gonna be, it was a trial coming up or something like that. So um he was going to be tried for something, and I was thinking that he did it to buy some time. Like, you see how crazy that sounds? Like, you would kill your wife and son to buy some time? Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? To buy some time, to get life insurance and stuff like that. It's also a case in Detroit where the lawyer had hired two guys to delete a pawn shop owner. The guy and the lawyer was cool. The dude that owned the pawn shop and the lawyer was cool. And the dude that owned the pawn shop, he was making money because he was doing like famous people jewelry and stuff like that. So he wanted to get his will done so that he can have his affairs in order. And he like, okay, I need a lawyer to do that, right? The lawyer made the will, and he um put himself as the beneficiary of the will. You know what I mean? So it's like, who can you trust? You can't trust your husband. You can't trust your lawyer. You can't trust people that you supposed to be able to have a certain level of trust with. You can't trust these people. You know what I mean? So who can you trust? Like, the question is, do you, ladies and gentlemen, have trust issues? Do you trust your partner? Do you trust your kids? You know, I remember when I was cutting hair, one guy was like, I can't even trust myself. And that was pretty funny. But it's possible to transition from your job to a life that is amazing. Like, I see people all the time that do it. I'm an example of one that did it. I do YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, you know, and I'm pretty happy about that. Pretty happy about creating content, things that's going to help people change their life. And I'm just chilling, man. Shout out to one person still in the building. So that was my soliloquy, and I guess I'm just going to sit back and chat now. So shout out to two people in the building, man. Being smart is a gift. Being smart is a gift, right? So I was like I was wondering what was going on in my life because I'm a smart guy, but I started not being as smart as I could be because I was around certain people. Look, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you have to really look at the people that you surround yourself around. You have to really, really look at that. Somebody said you have to audit it. Somebody said, thank you guys for the like. Someone said that you have to write down. Grant Cardone said that. He said you have to write down the people and you got to see if they're an asset or a liability. You have to really look into it because one of the greatest gifts that we have is our ability to think and dream. And you don't want to give that up. You don't want that to be suffocated. You don't want that to not bring forth the life that it should. Because I see so many people that walk around and they just make excuses for what they can have, but they never make actions for what they can get. You know what I mean? Because life is all about actions. And I was thinking, I was like, if a person can't talk. So if we look at a person that can't talk, are they not? Can they still live their dreams? If a person is deaf, can they still live their dreams? So you don't even have to be able to talk to be able to live your dreams. You can live your dreams without be able to talk. But so many people talk and they think that talking is going to lead to a manifestation of dreams and goals, but it's not. Actions is because if the person that can't see can bring forth actions to make what they want become reality, then that's what we all have to use. Actions is a universal language. Um it's not it's not what's that word? It doesn't have respect of persons. Action doesn't have respect of persons. So let's move along a little bit more. Shout out to one person in the building still, man. Real MVP. I just started streaming today, man. I just moved to a different part of my apartment, and this part of the apartment got like a lot of light. And I just set my studio up. Shout out to two people in the building, and I'm excited about that because I was wondering it was something that was missing out of my life because I was starting to feel a void. I'm making money. I got money. I'm doing good stuff. I'm doing cool stuff. I'm getting up and working hard every day, but something was missing, and it was my studio and my stream, and me being able to pour into people. So, um, that's my soliloquy on that. Let's see what else is going on in the world. So we had that derailment in Ohio, and they were saying that the contaminants or the pollution from the derailment is going into the soil and the water, and it's going to affect plants, water, and vegetation, agriculture in the Midwest. So, what do you guys think about that? I don't know. I have to look into it a little bit more, but I kind of believe that. Kind of believe that. In Chicago, we have the runoff between the two mayoral candidates. I'll call it that. I'll call it back. I want to see. I want to see the ones watching. um, we have the runoff between the two mayoral candidates, Brandon Johnson and Paul Vallis. Brandon Johnson, and Paul Vallis. Now, Paul Vallis won the before it was he won by a lot the last time we voted. He won by a lot. And Brandon Johnson, I think it was like 38% to 12%. And I was like, man, no, that's like a lot. Or Paul Vallis, a white guy. You know what I'm saying? I like Brandon Johnson, a black guy. And, I'm like, damn, like, is it possible for Brandon Johnson to win, seeing that Paul Vallis had such a significant lead in the percentages of votes? and doing the first part of the election before this runoff. You know, I don't know. I don't know. And they were saying that Paul Vallis got the teachers union and the CPD. So I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I think personally, if you want guys want to know my beliefs, I think that Paul Vallis is going to win because he has a bigger bankroll. He bought what's Jamal Green. He bought him. He bought like a lot of people. You know what I mean? I don't want him to be president. I want the black guy to be the president. I mean, I don't want him to be the mayor. I want the black guy to be the mayor, but I don't know. So that's what's going on with that. So we touched on the news. We are 16 minutes in. 2 people watching, man. Shout out to you. Beautiful ladies and gentlemen, man. Let's talk about the craftsmanship of goods in America. Man, this shit is some bullshit, man. I got a tripod. I bought a tripod from Best Buy. And this is my second tripod I know. The tripod is the thing that you took the camera on, right? So this is the second one I know. And both of them are broke. I paid like $30 for them. So it's like, what are they good for a week? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to stop buying BS and I'm going to save my money and buy something that's going to last beyond the test of time. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop just spending money on the cheapest stuff like that. I'm not doing it. Because if you look at it, look at all of the products that come into America from China. Everything is made by another country. Everything is made by China or Vietnam or something like that. Like America ain't producing nothing. You know what I mean? So if you look at it, like we got a whole bunch of cheap stuff in this country. And it's either you're going to save up to get the good stuff or keep buying the same stuff over and over. Keep buying a bed, keep buying a couch, keep buying shit, anything you could tools, keep buying vacuum cleaners, keep buying blinds, keep buying anything that you could think of, keep buying it or about one that's going to last the test of time. I was downtown last year. Shout out to people in the building, man. Thank you for the likes and the love. I was downtown last year and I was surprised at the quality that I seen in this building. It was a high rise, right? And I looked it up online. I'm looking online like, ooh, trying to see like how much does this penthouse cost? How much does it cost? And it was renting for $12,000 a month. That's how much it was. I was looking it up, right? I'm like, damn, it's pretty smooth. It had like three bedrooms, maybe 2 or 3 bathrooms, nice kitchen. It was nice. It was something to be like, damn, how much it costs, right? So I looked it up and I went to the I looked it up and I found the price, whatever. So I went to the window part because it had like a patio also, and I was surprised at how well constructed the patio doors were and how well constructed the materials used were, because I'm so used to seeing BS, you know. I'm so used to seeing when you open a patio door, just opens real fast and you got the screen and you almost gonna need a new screen. I'm used to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But this door, this patio door opened slow and it was heavy, and you could see the craftsmanship and the quality of the material. So I'm like, damn, I just need the more money. That's the reason to be rich. You know what I'm saying? You want to be around stuff that's going to resemble who you are. Like, oh, I'm tired of all this made in China ass shit. Even though, you know, that's the high quality stuff probably made in China too, but it's a better quality shit. I want the top shelf lifestyle from China. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this bullshit life. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was amazing. Shout out to the people in the building, man. Y'all rocking with the best, man. I'm back down like SmackDown. Did you guys work out today? My auntie, she got a page called Health Notches on Facebook. She gives out health tips every day to take your health up a notch. I thought that was a weird ass name. I thought that shit was weird, like health notch. Like, what the fuck is that? And then she told me what it meant. She was like, I'm giving out information for people to take their health up a notch. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, that shit got to make sense before I even think about it, what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what like McDonald's, you know, it's some bullshit going on, some bullshit, you know, some bullshit food going on. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was cool. And I was kicking it with my auntie, right? And she said something that was amazing. Because we went out of town to see my sister or whatever. And she said that you have to build your body up with food. And I thought that was important because, you know, we know what to do. Instinctively, we know what to do, but sometimes when you hear it from a different perspective or a different echo chamber, you're like, oh damn, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like you have to build your body up. Like if you eat fruit for a week straight, 2 weeks straight, you start to build your immune system. You building your body up, kind of like with weights, you know, like you building muscle, you know. So I'm excited about life because I have a new trajectory for life. Like I wake up and I work out, take it slow, um, taking care of myself, like, you know, like shit cool. You know what I'm saying? And then I work on my passion, work on building my brand every morning, work out, eat some drink some good juice and stuff like that. That's cool. And then I get the money last. You know what I'm saying? I get the money last, focus on the money last. So I think that that's a good strategy. You know, like I used to focus on the money all the time. Like, man, I couldn't, like money was oxygen, you know what I'm saying? And like slowly, I guess you got to build yourself up too, to where you don't have to work so much, or you can, you know, build a program for yourself. Because if you look at any organization or any business or any person or thing that is successful, it's successful because it's built upon a system. It has a system. So I was looking at this lady. She was on MSNBC Millennial Money, and she was a black lady, a big old lady too, man. That lady had to be like, damn, like she had to be like 400 pounds. I ain't gonna lie to you, cry to you. So she about 400, but she got a system. Shit, fuck that. Hey, man, shout out to that sister, man, going out to hers. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you look, shit, fuck that. Like, it's a lot of people that's pretty, but that ain't going after their dreams and goals because they think they too pretty. This lady, she a big lady, and she going after her, man. Shout out to that sister, man. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So she got this thing. It's called, it's like you put your money in this pouch. So it's an organizer basically, but it's an organizer for cash. So you got rent, you got car note, you got car insurance, you got utilities, you got everything. Everything that you're going to pay, you're going to pay it. You're going to put it in a pouch, and it's labeled for that specific bill, and it's done with cash. So the sister, she made like it was like $900,000. She made like 900K in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? So she was posting on TikTok. It took off, and then people start buying the binders. That's what they call binders. They start buying the binders, and the sister ran a checkup. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure she ran it up some more with being featured on in NBC, whatever, Millennial Money. I'm quite sure she ran her check up some more. But she had a system. That's the thing. She had a system, and she became a millionaire, or she made $1 million in sales in a year just off a system. That's all you need is a system, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at McDonald's, when you go into McDonald's, any McDonald's in the world, the fries are on the left. You know what I'm saying? That's a system. Everything that is successful has to have a system. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at the food stamps, the SSI, all these systems, it has to have a system. And speaking of systems, we're 24 minutes in, man. I ain't gonna tell no more jokes. So speaking of systems, I think that America is on the brinks of collapsing. And I'm gonna make this point. This is gonna be my last point, man. I'm gonna get out of here for a few minutes, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, tapping in with the church, man. You know what it is, man. I got a meeting. My man's he having a little some little bit later on. You know what I'm saying? I gotta tap in with him. So I think America's on the brink of collapse because it's built upon capitalism, right? And capitalism is a scam, you know, because it has money. Now, when it was bartering, bartering was a good system because you had to trade for equal value, even though you might have had to bring your animals, or you might have to bring your lumber, or you might have to bring whatever it is that you had to trade it, which was heavy with cargo. You had to bring that stuff. But I believe like bartering was a great system. But I mean, I could see why it needed to be changed because of the weight of things and the time consumingness of things and stuff like that. I could see that. But money is a scam. Money is a scam. But when money itself isn't a scam, credit is a scam. And credit been in existence since about 60 something when they came out with credit cards and interest. And everything is to get you everything in America. The reason why it's a scam is because it's made for you to go to work. It's made for you to slave. When you get a car note, you got to go to work to pay it. When you get a house note, you got to go to work. When you get anything you get, you got to go to work to pay for it. So that becomes, so the work is the money. A person going to work is the money, not the money itself. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, some people, like, they like to hire people that got families. You know, you hire a guy that got a wife and kids, it's going to be hard for him to quit that job or to leave that job because he got so many responsibilities. You know, some companies play on that. So America is a scam. It's a scam system because of interest, debt, and loans, and capitalism. Capitalism is a scam. Capitalism is a scam, ladies and gentlemen. The real substance is a person's work. That's the real value. So when you put more value on your work than just paying bills, that's when you start to see the light. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want for people to do. I want people to be like, man, I'm going to work, but I'm going to work to get the things that I truly want. I'm going to work to be able to build my future. I'm going to work to be able to build my business. I'm going to work to create my system. That's why I'm going to work. I'm not just going to work to be going to work. That's work shit ain't fun. You go to work so long, your back start hurting. You go to work so long, you know, you can lose out on life, miss out on life. And that's not cool. So shout out to the two people in the building, man. Hey, Mom. Shout out to Moms, man. In the building, man. And I'm going to sign off for right now because I'm just going to chill for a few minutes and I'm going to tap back in. But I'm in the studio, man. I'm cooking. And I'm good looking, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Hope you ladies and gentlemen have a good day, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. And I'm going to tap back in soon, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Peace out.